I already put up a video for today, so this can go to tomorrow. We'll see what tomorrow brings. If you noticed in my video I put up already, there was some high clouds. Well, that one's kind of darker. Those are kind of dark. There's a jet cruising up there too. And there's some thunderheads building that way. In fact, right there in the middle of the screen, there's rain coming out of the clouds. It probably ain't hitting the ground. And this was supposed to be a nice day all day. It's supposed to be 100 degrees all day. Well, we did hit 102. But those over there, they're starting to build. And now they're saying that we got like a 30% chance of having some lightning and thunder coming through here this evening. Still don't know what they're going to do about rain. And tomorrow, instead of being 100 degrees like it's supposed to be, they're saying 93 degrees. Funny how the weather changes so quick. And that's the second thing I've just heard. I've heard a couple of little rumbles. And the wind was kicking up. We were hiding in a basement in there where it's nice and cool. And I looked out the window and watched a dust storm come right through, right for our trailer. And it was blowing through pretty good, so we put the awning back in. So it's a good thing it's overcast. Otherwise, it gets really hot in there. But apparently it's cooled off in there. It actually doesn't feel too bad out here now. It's down into the mid-90s versus 102. So, hey, I'll get you something tomorrow. Maybe I'll get a little Becky hibernating inside the big baler while she's hosing it out. Yeah, that'll better kick my butt, right? Yep, clouds are all to the east, a few to the south. Nothing else. All we got was a couple little rumbles. No precipitation at all. There is a little bit of dew this morning. 62 degrees, I think is what it said. At least they went out for the night. Bunch of calves still scattered out there. And that little group of them down there. I can't tell which side of the fence they're on from here. I think they might actually be on this side. There was 5 of them on the other side of that fence yesterday morning. Don't know what the fascination is they have with the horses, but you know. Maybe it's just to get away from mama. But yeah, they're all up here eating again. Go figure. And there's one little twerp sitting in here. That usually doesn't happen. Don't ask me why they don't walk underneath that all the time, but they usually don't. This post started twisting because the tensioners on the fence pulling it, which changed things, and I don't know. That corner post on the barn, that's the second one in there, and for some reason, that's a warpy spot. That one warps too. It'll straighten out, but it changes the distance from point A to point B here. Both those used to hook. And we stretched one out. The other one I didn't stretch out. I didn't have any material to do it, so it didn't happen. And I think this is like the second time in, 6 or 8 years that one has ended up in here. But, you know, that's why we got the big gates closed. And yeah, I'm still working on my breakfast. Cheddar filled bratwurst. Everything's better with cheddar. And a little bit of coffee. Becky decided she's going to clean my coffee pot. Yeah, it ain't back together yet. I don't know what it's sitting there on the counter full of. And of course, she's still asleep. Lucky we got some ground fog down there. Maybe I ought to call the neighbors, tell them to get their damn ground fog back. It's coming over the fence. And it just means we might have a little greener spot there in a few days, maybe. And they're one of them little heifers. 132. Her mama's a big girl. And we got one with no tag over here. Oh, there's her tag. It's stuck up in her ear. I was going to say that should be 232. Because 232 is a big cow too. February 6th is when she was born, and the other one, there's no way I can read that tag. It's tucked up in her ear. Seems to me they're fairly close. Yeah, like I said before, we got calves that ought to be weaned. And there's another nice big heifer right over there. Then you look on the other side of the fence and you got to figure out which one's for the yearlings and which one for the calves. Oh, well. Yeah, I suppose between the little blurb I got you last night and this, that's more than enough to get a start for the day. Becky said she was going to get up early and work on this, and well, you know, it was one of those hard nights to sleep. Which worked out all right. Saw a Saskatchewan farmer threw up alive last night. Oh, what time it was? It was after 11, I think. So we stopped in and said hi to him and everybody else. Had a pretty good group of people in there. But like I say, this thing's still sitting here. Dirty girl that she is. And yeah, I'm looking through the slots in the plunger and it's full of crap up there. It's gotten blown just enough. It's all knocked down. If Becky was out here, she'd be happier. And she'd put her rain gear on and cross her fingers, crawl in there, and we've got a tool we made to dig that out with. With rain gear on, you don't get it all down inside you. Then you wash it later. Okay, I'm going to go feed these little twerps here. And these twerps. And get you something else later. Say, peekaboo.
Did you want a video from the inside?
Let me see if I can get in the right spot.
I could show it to him.
Okay.
This is man-made because women would not make holes like that to catch shit. Just so you know. Look at all this crap. Damn men. Should let women design crap. Here you go, Edward.
Hey, look at that. Look at me and flip over, and hopefully that was all in the right aspect. Yeah, she went to the trouble of cleaning everything there, and now she's cleaning up above it, knocking it all down here. And that's just the way it goes. Sometimes you got to clean it a couple times, and that stuff there got dug out from up here. When we got this, we ended up tearing a piece of plastic out. There was a piece of Lexan in here. And, when we put those hydraulic lines in, we had to take it out, and of course it broke up. And I'm thinking we may make a new piece and put in there. Because there's a lot less mess. Because it laid right here and went straight down, which there's a ledge right there. Instead of piling up on that ledge, it dropped back into the baler. So yeah, I'm thinking we're going to make a piece and put back in it. She was commenting earlier about this as the worst it's ever been when she's had to clean it up. And, she's probably cleaned it up, I don't know, at the end of season 12 times, I suppose. Somewhere in there. It may take her a little longer than it takes anybody else, but when she's done, it's cleaner too. So, yeah. I always figure it takes however long it takes to get everything off you can get off blowing and digging. And then you still got the better part of a full day with water. Because all those tubes, you can't get the stuff out of there with air. I mean, you can, but it's such a big mess. It's just faster and easier to flush it out with water. I've got a couple pieces made for the hose that reach a ways, and those bottom ones, you just shove the hose all the way in. Work it around until you get clear water. One reason the chute's still down, because the tube on this side's open at the bottom. Actually, I think it might be open at both ends. I don't remember. The other tube's boxed in, but it is a freaking mess. I was just telling her, hindsight, maybe I should have gone ahead and got the big compressor out and let number one play with that. But like she says, it wouldn't get most of that out of there because there's so much dirt this year. I mean, last year was pretty dirty, and this year was way dirtier. I get jealous watching a bunch of you guys cutting stuff and not having any dust, and baling stuff and hardly anything. And then you look back on some of my videos where I couldn't even see the baler half the time. One reason I had a couple bales that had issues, missed a knot or whatever, and I didn't know it for a few bales because I never saw the baler. Oh well, I'm sure I'll get you some more. You know how that goes. But you know what Becky's doing? Making a mess. Well, I hear a blower going off and on. She's making dust. On. Number two's worked on getting her water pump changed. Look at that, it still works. She's getting a couple layers off. So it's always nice to have help. And since I got a bunch of chaff to get out of there, I got the bucket on. Well, I got it on, smoothing the driveway up where we've torn it up, unloading hay. Yay, it's like almost 90 degrees and ain't even noon yet. Gotta love it. Not.